Here's Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at their 49-yard line.
From just shy of midfield, Cousins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. On 3rd down, Cousins gonna let it fly for Rudolph. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. On 1st down, Cook. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 14.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter.
Hey, no, easy.
56.
From the red zone now, Cousins. And he's got it. And he's brought down. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook taking it in. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
recon, 132 fighter. Hey, alert! Alert!
On second down, a run with Breida. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Let's go! Here we go.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go. 180! 11.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo completes it to Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
11.
They'll run on first down. Coleman. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. Well, Raheem Mostert, he was great in that NFC title game, 220 yards. But Super Bowl, 58 yards on 12 carries, though. He did score the touchdown in the third quarter to put the Niners up 20-10.
And think about the journey of Raheem Mostert and what he's traveled. That he has a 220-yard game, 4 touchdowns in the NFC title game that you just mentioned. But only getting 12 carries in the Super Bowl, I don't think in his wildest dreams he would have thought, I only got 12 carries in a Super Bowl. That tells you how valuable he became and what people will focus on. And don't forget Tevin Coleman, the great comeback from the dislocated shoulder against Green Bay in the title game.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, 40 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it, each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
That's good for Vikings. First down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Let's go!
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Cousins now, setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the San Fran 20. A huge play there on the screen pass. 48 yards on first down. Cook. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. K'Wan Williams, the one that got him down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. Cousins. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Cook stripped. The ball's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. He's at the 50. The 40. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back? People miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Breida. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now Mostert. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Raheem Mostert as the first half is winding down. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing is Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Check the backer, check the backer.
3rd and long for Cousins. Now they go screen. It's complete. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
Their own 35-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
Here we go.
So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. picked off at the 40. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll run with Cook. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. He'll get it up the middle. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Lucky 48.
3rd and goal for Cousins. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now Cousins. And my goodness, this is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the 49ers are going to get the football back.
Here we go. 180. Quarterback, don't get nervous now.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Garoppolo. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph. Throwing on 2nd down. Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. It's caught by Sanders. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
65.
They run again with Breida. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
He was brought down by Trey Wayne.
Here we go. 120.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll toss it to Breida. It'll go as a 1st down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And Sanders has got it complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I'll just figure there's something wrong with the football.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a fourth down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. Garoppolo, 5 for 5 on the drive. He's responded after the interception. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Shamar Stephen gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Here's Mostert. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. D Ford in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Cousins now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Back to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is it just off, just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So now it's 4th down and short, and whatever they do, run or pass it, they've got to pick up the first here.
Yeah, and you mentioned running it. That is still an option, but as you've also said, they've got to do it quickly and get back to the line of scrimmage.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run for it. Cook. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. Back to throw. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. One last shot now for Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And it's caught. It's a touchdown with zeros on the clock. And an extra point will send us to OT.
Well, there's no doubt they just seized the momentum with that one. They can go ahead and kick the extra point here and ride that home wave on into overtime.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
He's going to fight. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a 1st down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 18 yards, 1st down Niners. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Over the middle to Kittle, complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. The pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And this is going to be incomplete. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime. And he is in for the score! And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.